Economics for beginners. Let's get started. Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode on this channel, and today we will be talking about Usborne Economics for Beginners. Let's get started on today's episode with a special guest, Claude the cat. He will say a few words at the end of the video. Let's do it! Now, economics for beginners. It is the most fundamental thing of everyday life. If you grow up, you're going to need to know this. Why do I need to know this? Unless you want to be poor. Unless you want to be poor, you will have to know this to get rich. You don't get rich by just getting rewards or stealing. Okay, maybe it's stealing, but not the legitimate way. You have to know this to be rich, or at least get economics not to fool you, the legitimate way. Also, you can use this to trick your parents. Okay, do not tell your parents that I said that. But one thing is that if you understand economics, you can almost do anything. Could persuade your parents. And, basically do anything. Figure out what might happen at some point and what something else will happen as well. So, let's get on with it. Let's start with markets. Now, markets are one of the most fundamental things that we have ever needed to know. For one thing, markets are the fundamental basics of all of economics, because all of the money starts coming in from the market. After you spend at the market, you will pretty much get someone to take your things. Like, hey, I'm selling this very, very rare medicine that is good for dandruff. And actually, this is medicine for dandruff, by the way. And I'm so surprised I have some left. For one thing here, that's this medicine that might be very valuable, so you can always sell at a higher price. And also, you have to be careful not to lose it. For one thing, if you sell this at a lower price, and you can't afford that much, then you won't make any profit at all. You might be able to cover the revenue cost, but you will probably not make a lot of profit. Even some profit might not be so good. Now, back then, there was trade or barter, where, for example, let me show you an example. Hello! Hi, what can I help you with? I want to buy some of those sheep you have. That will be 400 cows. 200 cows. I don't have that many cows. Then bye-bye. Next! Next person. Hey, I have 3 million cows. I'll buy the sheep for all of those 3 million cows. What the? Is that? What the? Oh, yeah. Okay, deal. Wait a second, that's 200 cows. Okay, I'll give you 200 cows. Bye-bye. Take 2. Oh, man. So that is one example of the barter system, but there is a problem with this barter system. Now, let's see that problem in action right now. Now, this guy sells apples, and he wants the apples, and he's willing to give iron for it. But this guy does not want iron. He wants bread. Oh, this guy gets some bread, and then trades that with this guy. Let me show you that in a quick way. And that's how he gets apples. This is very confusing since they're like, hey, I have some iron. I can give you some. No, I want some bread. I'm like, okay, I have some iron. What do you trade for that iron? No, I want some water. And I'm, okay, water man, I want some water. Would you trade him with some iron? I'm like, no, I want some gold. Okay, whatever. Gold, my gold there. Grab water. Here's trade. Trade again. Final trade. Thank God. Here you go. Now I want iron. Bang! Now that is one of the worst ways of bartering. So everyone decides that diamonds, they found diamond mine, and everyone decides that diamonds are a new currency. Everyone will accept the diamonds. Some people might just use the diamonds to create swords. Hi-yo! Well, it's really hard to create weapons out of diamond, even though it may be useful. It is one of the best ways that something can actually happen. Now let's go on to production, profit, and competition. Now let's say that my manufacturing company decides that we can do this. We can make this Captain America shield, so that if we put this on, then we can shoot. See, we shot that. And right now, that since we want to make these, how would we even make the profits to create these? Well, that's the problem. We don't. And this is where economics comes in handy. In economics, to create this and get the profits set up right, we have to make the prices more than what we spend on. So make it a lot more so you can create lots of profit. Maybe not way lots more, but at least you'll get some profit. So let's say that you need plastic, string, a different type of plastic to create this, a different type of plastic to create the rolling thingy, and also the paint to paint the shield. And also some of the machinery parts and metal to create the frame for here. And the way so you can just grab a shield. And that all costs like 170 euros, let's say. And then you will have to pay, and then you want to sell each shield at like 50 euros. If you sell 1 million of these shields in like 5 weeks, then you can create, let's do some quick math, a lot of profit. At 100 euros, you still create a lot of profit every month. And every month, even including the wages, without the wages, you still create a great profit. And if you even can create this faster than you can imagine, then you still create a greater profit. It's the same thing for pizza. Pizza Hut does the same thing. So does McDonald's. So does, I don't know, restaurants. So do Marvel movies and any other company that you might think of. And now let's get into the international trade. Now let's wind back for a bit. And now about international trade. It is one of the most interesting stories I've ever heard, because international trade is one of the most important aspects of economics. Because let's say that you can create 5 airplanes for every 5 million shoes, but China can create every 5 shoes for every 5 million airplanes. Would you rather trade, or like, yay, I want just 5 airplanes for every 5 million shoes? Create 100 million times 100 million square times 100 million infinity. Okay, a lot more than that. Shoes, and we create more airplanes, and we don't need to rely on everyone else. Yeah, that's not going to work. You don't have enough money to create all that. So then, would you rather trade with China for planes, and for China to trade with you for shoes? It would be better to say that you would trade, right? Even though it might be more expensive, it's worth it. And that's actually just solves our international trade problem. I was actually planning to create a 10-minute length of this video to be all about international trade, but right now I realize I just don't need to. See, that's basically international trade. That's just explained. And if you want it in a graphical way, which I don't really have much paper left to do, let's now talk about a few questions. There are many questions that we can probably never answer. Why do taxes have to rise? I mean, those are questions that we can answer. But for the questions that we probably can't answer is, why is the world like this? Why is the economy like this? That's the problem. We don't know. And this is one of the reasons why economics is one of the ways we try to create all of these. If you know economics, you can use economics to hold politicians to account and bamboozle your parents. If you know opportunity costs, this video barely talks about economics. But if you want the whole picture, read this, or I highly recommend the video series Crash Course Economics on the Crash Course and the Crash Course YouTube channel. So while I'm Captain America around the world, I'll tell you guys, the next time you see some economics or some politicians talking about things that you think don't make sense, how about contacting them to see how well they are doing? So, use the knowledge that you learned in this video And I'll see you in the next episode. Sign out. Peace. Ah. Bye-bye.